It is day 2 here in DC. Look at me. I'm surrounded by all of these beautiful structures, these beautiful people, all here to work. And am I sworn in yet? No. Do I know when I'm going to get sworn in? No. Speaker Johnson has left the building. And unfortunately, what that means for us is Southern Arizona does not have a voice here to advocate for you. You also don't have services in district. I need to get sworn in order for that to happen. Every day that I am here without being sworn in, Southern Arizona loses. Reach out to Speaker Johnson. Let him know that I need to get sworn in.
And Adelita Grijalva is absolutely right. She needs to get sworn in. It's insane that it's taking weeks and that the Congress has gone home even during a shutdown without swearing her in, even though she won by 40 points in her district. So it's not even a question whether or not she's won. The problem is that she is the vote that would bring the Epstein files. And the GOP will do anything to avoid that. And the reason why that is, and you can see my playlist, the link that you'll see to the playlist, and I know it's covering my videos, but my videos cover my research about what is available out there just if you look. From everything from Trump's one-stop parties, the celebrities that witnessed the underage parties that Trump was a part of, called the one-stop parties that took place in multiple states, the people who are inside of his cabinet and their link to Epstein, the links to other people that have been in there that are around Trump. And yes, Democrats are there as well. Yes, there is a written letter from Bill Clinton, and Bill Clinton should respond fully to that and be held accountable to whatever is there, and I really don't care. The problem that the GOP has is they created this lie. And the lie is that the GOP, and that had this entity called maybe Q or whatever, and that person, and that Trump and these Republicans were the only people standing up to the child abuse and the child sex trafficking, which unfortunately evidence is clear that was bullcrap. And it's not that there were more or less Democrats, but the very people who they were saying were doing the championing likely had decades-long relationships with Epstein and were actively involved with other sex traffickers like Tony Lazzaro, and being advised by other people who sexually abused children and kept people who were sexually abusing children around them, and then staying in contact with people like Tony Lazzaro after Epstein, which was another sex trafficker. We need to demand this, and we need to demand this like in our streets. We need to be out there demanding it, because if you're needing a central mission, the organization that potentially has the greatest connection that we can argue in each one of our cities, in each one of our states, is to say, release any communications between the Miss Teen USA pageant and the Epstein organization, that according to a girl who was Jane Doe in the second trial of the Maxwell trial, that Jane Doe said that she was a captive from 1994 to 2004. So what we need to start doing is finding out how many other victims in all 50 states. We can bring the protest to every door, to every city, and to every state. It is something very specific that can be asked, and that yes, if Trump is connected while he was owning the Miss Teen USA pageant, expose these girls, it can be a massive crime. It is one of the multiple potential massive scandals that could be found inside of the Epstein files. That is, how much beyond the one girl was victimized? How many other girls experienced the Katie Johnson experience that she talks about? Is Katie Johnson real? You know, all of these sorts of things. How many other Katie Johnsons? How many other people? But what it gets down to is the people who fed the machine, who fed the abuse of the girls. We need to get the files. Congresswoman Grijalva needs to be signed in, and what we should be doing is getting into the streets and demanding Miss Teen USA explain if there were other connections besides the Jane Doe trial. Let's get out there. Thank you. Like, share, subscribe.